Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video, and today we're actually going to be doing another video about Luckin Coffee. And in this video, guys, I'm actually going to be doing an overall stock analysis and where I actually see the stock heading here in the near-term future. Before we start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, join the family, guys, so we can go on our investing journey together. So, as you guys know, Luckin Coffee was a big coffee chain that's based out of China. If you guys are new to the video or new to the actual topic itself, Luckin Coffee did get hit with an accounting probe, and it turns out that they fabricated a lot of their sales. The stock was trading close to about $50, and then the stock ended up taking all the way to about $1.50. It's made a little bit of a recovery ever since because a lot of investors are still pretty bullish about Luckin Coffee. A lot of people do think that Luckin Coffee can recover from the fraud and stuff like that. Me personally, I do think Luckin Coffee can recover as well, but I do honestly think that it's just going to take some time, guys. You have to understand that coming back from fraud, it's not easy to actually gain the trust of investors back. You have to sweep out the whole management team, which takes a long time to find someone who's right and fit for the job. And on top of all that, since there's a lack of investment from investors itself, it's harder to expand at the rate they were before. With that being said, if you guys don't know the backstory, so this thing was listed on NASDAQ. It's the biggest stock exchange ever, and now it's trading over the counter. Basically, it ended up getting delisted from NASDAQ because it could not meet the requirements to actually stay listed. And trading over the counter stocks are not bad, guys. Just know that there's lots of stocks out there that trade over the counter that are huge companies like Samsung and Nesquik and stuff like that. So just know that just because a stock does trade over the counter, guys, it does not mean that the stock cannot recover. Generally, there is a little bit less volume on over-the-counter stocks. That's generally just how it goes. So if you guys don't know, Muddy Waters ended up filing a kind of a report on Luckin Coffee, basically stating that the company was doing fraud. The company ended up doing fraud. They got caught doing fraud. And basically they had to fire all the top management, which they did, which is good for the company because from now on they can focus on getting, better people for the job itself. And they had an internal probe in the company itself. And like I said, the internal probe came out with basically that Luckin Coffee was fabricating a bunch of their sales. I know they have updated financials ready, but they have not released them to the public. And this is important for investors, guys, because the thing is, we actually don't know if the company is profitable or not. And I think that this is the biggest thing investors need to see moving forward with the company. Because the thing is, guys, when you're investing in a company, the first thing you want to do is make sure it's profitable. Take, for example, Tesla. A lot of people did not invest in Tesla because the company wasn't profitable for a very long time. The minute the company started to get profitable, guys, a lot more people started investing in the actual company itself, and it led to more stock growth, and it led to more investors as well. Same with Luckin Coffee. It's going to take a long time for Luckin Coffee to actually gain the trust of investors back. Not only did it lose a lot of its retail investors, guys, but it also lost a lot of its big-time investors. I know Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and all these big-time banks were invested in Luckin Coffee, and they had to all just sell all their shares for, unfortunately, a huge loss, which, they weren't happy about. But like I said, I do think Luckin Coffee can recover, guys. It just needs to start heading on the right path. Like I said, updated financials are going to help because we have to see if the company is profitable or not. If the company isn't profitable, then it's a question of its actual business model itself. If the company is profitable, then it's not their business model, and there was probably no reason to, have to fabricate their sales in the first place. I think the reason they did is because Starbucks was expanding to China, and Luckin Coffee saw that as kind of a threat. So Luckin Coffee wanted to start expanding as much as possible, and it was putting up all these great results, and it turned out a lot of it was falsified. The thing is, guys, I'm still pretty bullish on Luckin Coffee, and here's why. It's a big coffee chain in China. It rivals Starbucks. It's got a lot of stores. It's cleaning out its management. Like I said before in other videos, guys, like the worst thing that's possibly happened to this stock has already happened. So there isn't really much left to happen to the stock other than bankruptcy. I don't think Luckin Coffee will actually file for bankruptcy because I think the company is too big. I'm hoping in the near-term future, guys, I think Luckin Coffee will hopefully gets bought out by somebody or they just start climbing their way back up. Like I said, in the long term, I am bullish on Luckin Coffee. In the short term, I am not, just because I know how long it takes for companies to actually recover from fraud. And it is possible, guys, before anybody says it's not possible. Take a look at a bunch of companies that have committed fraud before. GE, Wells Fargo, Waste Management, all these are American companies who have committed fraud. and they're doing just fine today. So I want to reiterate the point that you can recover from fraud, and it's not impossible. It just takes time. It's not like it's an overnight fix of what Luckin Coffee did. And I know it's not an overnight fix for them to actually just gain everyone's trust back. It's going to take some time, and Luckin Coffee does have a lot of work to do. The stock's been doing very well the past couple of days. I don't know, picking up a large coffee chain for a couple of bucks to me seems like a good deal. I put some in my long-term investment account just because I do see the value on Luckin Coffee in the long run. Obviously, if it starts talking bankruptcy, I will make another video on that, and I will update you guys on that as well, because if the company is heading towards bankruptcy, I obviously don't want to be investing in it because it's not that good at that point. But since the company hasn't filed for bankruptcy yet, even after the whole fraud thing, I can think that the company does actually have some decent capital on hand to keep itself afloat for now. Obviously, it's not doing so well with the pandemic and stuff like that. So, obviously, it's going to take time to recover. But I know that the Chinese markets have opened back up and things are slowly starting to recover. And I know that Luckin Coffee's market cap slowly is growing. It was once at $7-8 billion. Now it's currently sitting a little bit over $1 billion. So the company is growing again. It just needs, like I said, it takes time, guys. It needs to sweep the management. It needs to update some financials so we can see the company is profitable and they have a good business model. And on top of all that, they just need to release some news that, the company is changing in its management and hopefully start expanding to other parts of the world other than China, hopefully in Europe. Maybe soon in the future, if the company survives, we'll see some in the United States as well. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about Luckin Coffee. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Luckin Coffee. Do you think Luckin Coffee will actually recover? Do you think that the company is doomed? Let me know if you guys are bullish and bearish on Luckin Coffee. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.